Hey, this is Josh from Josh Builds, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a Karambit. Now this Karambit here I modeled after the one in CSGO, so if you watch the entire video you can see exactly how I made it and how it works. So to start off the build, I first obtained a printout of the knife. I'll leave a link in the description below to where I got the printout from. Now I traced this printout onto a saw blade and try to get a saw blade that is not hardened steel. Hardened steel saw blades will just be very hard to work with. So I'll trace out the knife onto this saw blade and then bring it outside and clamp it down in a vise. And now I'm going to use an angle grinder to cut out the general shape of the saw blade. Now you can also use a hacksaw for this, but a hacksaw will take much longer and be much more work. So I'm just going to cut out the rough shape with an angle grinder. Now this is the rough shape that I get. I do take a little more material off afterwards with the angle grinder, but I don't end up showing that. Now I'm going to take this down to the bench grinder, and I'm going to remove all the extra material until I get down to the red lines. Now as you can see, we still have a little more material to take off, so I'll keep grinding away at it. And each time I grind away at it, you can see it gets closer and closer to what we want it to look like. Now this is the final knife that I get, and as you can see it matches the shape that I need it to be. Now we're going to go ahead and drill a hole in this, a finger-sized hole in the back of it. And as you can see, this is what it looks like now. Now I'm going to go ahead and grind away some more, and now we want to make an edge on the front and the back of the blade. After making an edge on the front and the back of the blade, I also grind the face of the knife as well, just to get rid of the writing on it and all that. And you can see this is what it looks like now. Now it's very rough and coarse, so we're going to need to sand it down. But because this is the 21st century and all, I decided to use an electric sander instead. But you can use sandpaper if you want, it'll just take longer. And what we do is we start off with the lower grit, and then we work our way up to higher grit sandpaper. And as you can see, it gives us a nice finish. Now I'm going to pull out some 600 grit sandpaper and sand it down with this as well. Now this 600 grit stuff is supposed to be used with water, so I'm going to pour some water on it and then sand it down. Now they also have 1200 grit and even higher stuff, so you can use that to make it even shinier, but this is how far I'm going to go. So now the knife blade is done. Now we're going to have to cut out the handle. So for this, using the same printout, I cut the printout out and then trace it out onto a block of wood. And then using a reciprocating saw, I'm going to go cut out this handle. And this is what we get here. And as you can see, it lines up perfectly. Now I drill a couple holes to stick pins through, and I just cut up a piece of clothes hanger. And I can put the clothes hanger through the blade. And as you can see, it fits all right. Now I'm going to go ahead and spray paint it black to make it look like a real Karambit. And then I'm going to just go ahead and apply some 2-part epoxy to it just to hold it all together. I mix that epoxy up. And I apply the handle. And now we can go ahead and test out the knife, and as you can see, it can cut a piece of paper fairly easily. And then we can also go ahead and test its sharpness by cutting a chicken breast as well. Now that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching to the end. If you liked it, please be sure to leave a like and a subscribe, that would be appreciated. Thanks for watching.